The Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse, real people telling real stories. Hosted by Pastor Lester Lewis, co-host Charlize Wilkerson and Leroy Carey. Produced by David Humphreys. Where there is addiction, there is a chance for recovery. We're trying to help save lives on Ask the Messengers.
Oh, we are soldiers. We fight. We gotta fight. Oh, until we die. We got to hold up the bloodstained banner.
Welcome to Ask the Messengers. I am Lester Lewis, your host, and today we are live and on location on the jewel of Detroit, Belle Isle, for the 19th annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally. We are going to talk with individuals who are going to share their real story. We're also going to talk with service providers as we celebrate with those who are celebrating their recovery. And we're going to be talking about heroin and how it has impacted the lives of so many people. Don't go anywhere. Ask the Messenger starts right now.
Heroin.
Heroin, opiates.
My drug of choice was heroin.
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 How did you get involved with heroin? Who introduced you?
It was just a crowd of people I hung around with, man, friends.
My heroin addiction started when I was about 20 years old. I was with my best friend, and we used to take her brother to the city. We didn't know what he was getting, and then one time he asked us to try it. I used to take 2 Vicodins on the weekends for the bar because I was a waitress, and he said it was like Vicodins, so we agreed to try it. And then every day after work, we'd go to the hood and get just a pack, and then one day I felt like I didn't feel good, and I went to him, and he went like this, I forgot to tell you not to do it 3 days in a row.
How did you get introduced to heroin?
Really just being in the wrong neighborhood, just where I grew up at, and drugs were everywhere. I couldn't get away from it. They're selling it, everyone's getting high,
How did you get involved with heroin use?
Behind the riots in '67, it was all over the city. I was 13 years old.
You were 13. You were just a teenager. You should be in school. You should be learning. So now, what did that do to your teenage years?
Destroyed it. I've been getting high 50 years. 50. I'll be 64 next month. Told me apart.
What was your drug of choice?
Heroin.
And how old were you when you first started using?
Well, my drug addiction started 14 years ago. Heroin was the past 6 years. So it was a lifestyle.
What was your drug of choice?
My drug of choice was heroin.
And how old were you when you first started using?
22.
I was a multi-substance user, mostly crack cocaine.
Okay, when you say multi, tell the people what you mean.
Like, I was a heroin addict, an alcoholic, and a crack addict with cocaine.
What was your drug of choice?
Heroin.
And how long did you use?
I used for 20 to 30 years.
What was your drug of choice?
Heroin.
And how old were you when you first picked up?
I would say about 21.
I spoke with Dr. Benjamin Jones from NCADD, and he shares how it all started 19 years ago. Dr. Jones, 19 years. Can you tell us, because you're part of the genesis of this event, can you tell us about why it's so important to have events like this?
Well, it's absolutely important, and it has grown in importance over the years. When we initially started it, we were trying to address the stigma that existed in the community. Stigma with regards to elected officials. People just did not believe that recovery was possible. And we knew that we had to change that perception. And so we also wanted to create an environment that allows people to change. We want people in the recovery to know that it's okay to be in recovery, and it's something to celebrate. And so my friend Randy O'Brien and I talked about it, and we decided to come together and create this event, this walk and rally, to support and celebrate the fact that people can and do recovery.
Now, it has become one of the best events in the state, and so why is it so important that recovery be celebrated?
Well, like I was saying, that many people have dire perception of recovery and people in recovery, and they don't have hope that recovery is possible. When people are impacted by addiction, it zaps all sense of hope. And so we're trying to return hope to people, saying, look, if you have a family member that's in addiction, don't give up. Recovery is possible. You have a loved one, a friend that's plagued with addiction, recovery is possible. And that substantial long-term recovery is possible. It don't have to be short-lived. It don't have to be temporary. It don't have to be a vacation from using. It could be substantial long-term recovery that's life-changing. And so that's what we see, and we want people to see what we see.
And so these individuals who are here, we're almost filling up this spot of Belle Isle, and this is all because someone's dream and vision to help people came to pass. Dr. Jones, thank you so much for your work.
Thank you.
All
Thank you, Ask the Messenger, for all that you guys do. You guys do an awesome job. Thank you for your work.
Thank you, sir. All right. And here's LaShawn with real people sharing their real stories about their worst days.
What was your worst day of using like?
I actually OD'd. I went to the hospital and I almost died.
Worst day using robbing people, sticking people up, just to be able to afford my habit.
What was your worst day of using like?
Like sickening. I was the sickest person that I could ever thought I could be that sick in my life.
My worst day using was when I went to prison for 12 years.
My worst day of using was when one of my friends came with me to use and she overdosed and died in my car.
And how did that make you feel?
It made me feel terrible. It made me kind of question God, like, why did I wake up and she didn't? Why couldn't I bring her back to life? Because I tried CPR, 911, and she didn't wake up.
What was your worst day of using like?
What was my worst day? It's when I gave up my family for a drug.
I had an opportunity to speak with some of the service providers present, and here they are. I'm here with Dr. Calvin Trent. He is the executive director of Real Michigan. Dr. Trent, what are you guys doing here that is so important that people need to know that recovery is possible?
Well, yeah, everybody needs to know that recovery is possible. You know that so many families have a problem with recovery, with addiction in their family. But very few people actually know that people can get better, and they do get better. You know, so often, like in my own life, you know, the people closest to me didn't know about recovery and didn't recover. But now we have the great opportunity to know that people can't recover. You can go to treatment and you can get recovery support services, which help keep you on track for years to come.
So Families Against Narcotics is an organization that provides resources, education, and support for individuals and families who've been impacted by addiction. There are 22 chapters in Michigan. It started in 2008 in Macomb. Our chapter is the Northwest Wayne chapter of FAN, and our meetings are all in Canton. So every chapter has public forums once per month where they bring in expert speakers and panels of speakers to educate on different subjects relating to addiction. We all do that. The Northwest Wayne chapter, which is in Canton, is the first Monday of every month.
All right.
Our chapter also provides 2 peer support groups, a grief support group and a family support group. Both of those groups meet twice per month, the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, also in Canton. You can follow us on Facebook at Wayne Chapter Fan. We post on that every day, and all of our events and meetings are on there as events.
All right.
Real is an advocacy organization. We represent people in recovery, people in treatment, and also prevention throughout the state of Michigan. We're kind of like we're advocates. We get out, we register people to vote, we get them involved. We want to let people to know that in Wayne County, we have thousands of people who's in recovery and their voices need to be heard. So we speak out on their behalf. We advocate for prevention. We advocate for treatment funding. We advocate for people to get involved and have a voice for themselves.
We're here on location at the 19th Annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally. We've got more to come, more real stories from real people, and more service providers. Don't go anywhere. Ask the Messengers will be right back after these words.
Ask the Messengers, the program that deals with substance abuse. Real people telling real stories. Every Sunday morning at 8 a.m. on WMYD Detroit TV 20.
Welcome, Judge Mathis. Thanks for coming to share an important message with the Wayne County taxpayers.
Well, thank you for allowing me to help. You know, most of my life I was a resident of Wayne County, and so I'm here to help because Treasurer Shabri wants to work with Wayne County homeowners to keep families in their homes and prevent foreclosure.
If you're having trouble making your property tax payments, let us know. We have many resources to help.
Take the first step towards staying in your home by going down to the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on the 5th floor of the International Building in Greektown.
Stop by today to learn more about our payment plans and especially the newly extended interest rate reduction program.
Already in the payment plan? It's important you stay in good standing.
Making property tax payments is now easier than ever. We have placed payment kiosks in Rite Aid stores and community centers across the county. We've also added kiosks in our offices. Contact us at 313-224-5990 or email us at taxinfo@waynecounty.com.
I'm Artesia Washington, and I'd like to welcome you to Irvine Head Injury, where restoring you to your previous level of functioning is our goal. We offer services such as physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language pathology, aquatic therapy, massage therapy, and counseling. An automobile accident is an unfortunate event. If you feel that you or a loved one can benefit from our services, you can be reached at 248-415-2500. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, my name is Brenda Owens. I work at Greenfield Hair Collections, and I love doing hair. I've been doing it for almost 30 years now, actually. And I do a little bit of everything. This style right here is a pin curl. This is my weekly client, Lenise, short and sassy. She just got a fresh haircut last week. The name of the salon is Greenfield Hair Collections. We're located on Greenfield between Outer Drive and Curtis. I'm on the 2nd level. My name is Brenda. My phone number is 313-729-8194. Give me a call. I love what I do.
Come inside the Hall Stars Business Center for all your business printing. We offer mailbox rental, computer and internet rental, notary services, send and receive faxes, and more. Come inside Hall Stars for all your mailing and shipping, domestic and international. We offer same-day printing and postcard flyers starting at $5. Check out our website at hallstars.com, Hallstars with a Z, or call us at 313-342-4145. Welcome back. We're at the 19th Annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally on Belle Isle. And here are some more worst day stories with LaShawn Battle.
My worst day of using was probably 33 days ago. I shot up like almost a whole gram of heroin to kill myself. And I woke up, puke all over me, needle in my arm, and I started shooting coke again. And I was just insane.
My worst day using, I was in the gutter. I lived in an abandoned house. I was eating out of a dumpster. It was terrible. It was terrible. It was probably the worst time of my life.
What was your worst day of using like?
Burning in hell forever, pretty much. That's the best way I can describe it. Hopeless, no self-worth, just didn't even want to live no more.
We are here at the 19th Annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally on Belle Isle in the city of Detroit, and I am here with Mr. Larry Scott. Mr. Scott, can you tell us what all your office is doing to help with recovery?
Well, first we're providing funding, necessary funding to support recovery programs throughout the state. And so we're so happy to see the gathering here today. We have a tent here where we're providing free Narcan kits to those who are at risk for overdose. And we've heard a great speech from someone in recovery. And we wanted to make a point here today that recovery is a journey. It's full of obstacles that one can navigate. And therefore one can learn how to be a leader, a servant leader, by serving others from learning how to navigate their life's journey. So we're just so happy to be here and happy to be of service. That's what we do. We provide funding and support to programs throughout the state, including Detroit, to make sure that those individuals have an opportunity to recover.
I also spoke with a representative of the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. Also, we're doing a piece on heroin and how it is impacting the lives of people who have gotten addicted to it. What do you guys have that will help people who are addicted to heroin?
You know, the Narcan is just one piece of the puzzle. There's a lot of other pieces that go into it. There's prevention for the families and the young people who are seeing it happen in their households. There's treatment for the family members who really need it. And there's long-term treatment options like these kind of events to help people continue their recovery process. So it's really important to just kind of get involved, take your first step, not be afraid.
Angie, thank you so much for the work you guys are doing, and we appreciate what the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services is doing. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty. I had an opportunity to speak with someone from Oakland Community Health Network as well as the Salvation Army. Can you tell us some of the programs you guys have in Oakland County?
Absolutely. I think first and foremost, to access treatment, we have our Sober Support Unit, which is open 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. All you have to do is walk into our Resource and Crisis Center at 1200 North Telegraph on the Government County campus, and they will service you and you will go into treatment within 24 hours. Among that, we also have outpatient treatment, residential treatment, withdrawal management, recovery housing, medication-assisted treatment, and recovery services. So please, if you're in need of help, come see us and we will help you.
Can you tell us just a little bit about the program that you have at Salvation Army?
Okay, our program is a 6-month program. I don't like to say 6 months because if you're an addict like me and somebody say months, that seems like a long time. So it's a 180-day program that can help you get your life back together. Listen, we don't want to work for nothing. That's why we be addicts. We be out there taking care of our life, so we think. We're not even living. We're just surviving. You come to Salvation Army, you learn how to get up in the morning, you learn how to go to work, you learn how to take a shower, you learn all these things all over again to get your life in order and get your family back together. Because some of us burnt those bridges and we don't know where to go from there. Come see us.
And now to LaShawn with some advice from those who've already been down that road.
So if you could say something to help save somebody out there, what would you tell them?
I would tell them that you still can enjoy life. You still can have everything that you want to have in life. You don't have to sell drugs to have the gym shoes that Bobby has on. You don't have to smoke a joint. You don't have to chew something. You don't have to shoot. You don't have to get high to have a nice time and to be a productive part of society. You don't have to do that.
It's not even worth it to try it because once you get hooked in that cycle, you're working to give your money away.
If you could say something to save somebody, look into that camera and say it.
Oh, please, don't even think about even making that choice, to even be curious enough to even start using.
Man, it's not worth it. There's a counselor, there's somebody willing to listen, to hear you out. You don't have to dig into drugs because it's going to kill you in the long run.
That you don't have to be cool by using drugs. You don't got to prove nothing to nobody. All those drugs will do is destroy your life. Please do not use drugs.
You're working to not be sick. After a while, you're not high anymore. I mean, it just comes to a point where it's not fun, and you're doing it just so you feel normal like you do right now.
Okay, if you could say something to help save somebody out there today, what would you tell that person?
I would tell that person that no matter what your drug of choice is, you can still get your life back together and function without a substance. It's just the wake-up call. It's that when you're fed up, when you get enough of it.
I know you feel like you're alone out here, but that's not true. If you could look around right now, this is a banquet of recovery, and there's a whole bunch of people that are out here trying to help you.
I would tell them it's a dead-end street and that there's no reason to go and pick up. There's other ways out. Reach out, ask your parents, ask your counselor at school, but do anything but pick up because the only thing is jails, institutions, and death.
Got more from today's event. When we return, we talk with Darlene Owens from the Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority and also keynote speaker for today's event, former NFL player Randy Grimes.
Looking for a rewarding career in healthcare?
Advantage Living Center has partnered with Odyssey Educational Center. Upon completion of your CNA program, immediate employment is available. AMG has homes on the east side and west side of Michigan, as far as Armado and Battle Creek. So come be a part of our team.
Enroll now at Odyssey Educational Center. Become a certified nursing assistant by taking our 3-week program, or enroll to become a hemodialysis technician in our 10-week program. Your new career begins at Odyssey.
Changing an addict's life and providing support to the addict's family is the goal of the Live Right Structured Recovery Corps. Free yoga and spiritual recovery classes on Thursday, automotive maintenance class, and physical nutritional classes on Friday. Visit their new residential recovery resource center located at 27700 Gratiot Avenue in Roseville, Michigan. Live Right also accepts donations of cars, trucks, boats, and campers in any condition. For more information and a complete list of their events, go to their website at liverightstructuredcorp.com or call 586-217-5899. Life short, live right.
After receiving a delinquent property tax bill for the 2 lots connected to my home, I was concerned. I didn't even know that I had a past due bill. I went down to the Wayne County Treasurer's office, and the staff worked with me to keep my property out of foreclosure.
My property taxes became delinquent after I fell behind on my bills. Treasurer Sabri and his staff came to the town hall in my city and provided information about resources available to help me. At the meeting, I found out about payment plan options.
Let us help you. Our goal is 0 owner-occupied properties getting foreclosed and going to the auction. Come down to our office at 400 Monroe in downtown Detroit on the 5th floor. Call 313-224-5990 during our normal business hours from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and until 6:30 p.m. on Wednesdays. Or email textinfo@waynecounty.com for assistance. Take the first step. Contact our office today.
It worked for us.
Come inside the Hall Stars Business Center for all your business printing. We offer mailbox rental, computer and internet rental, notary services, send and receive faxes, and more. Come inside Hall Stars for all your mailing and shipping, domestic and international. We offer same-day printing and postcard flyers starting at $5. Check out our website at hallstars.com, Hallstars with a Z, or call us at 313-342-4145. I am here with Darlene Owens from the Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority at the 19th Annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally. Darlene, there is so much going on here. How is Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority doing such wonderful work in the community to help people?
Well, we have 77 wonderful providers that are providing prevention, treatment, and recovery services. They are boots on the ground. They're out here. We're creating all kinds of different innovative programs because we're trying to address the opiate addiction, the marijuana that's exploding here in Wayne County. We have 2 of our mobile units that's out here that comes in high-risk areas that basically come out and they go into high-risk areas and they bring awareness about what's going on. We also have fentanyl strips that we have out. So people, we know we got to do harm reduction. So those folks that are using with harm reduction, they can test what they're using by, testing to see if fentanyl's in their drugs. Fentanyl is what's making people do the overdose. We have everything. We have our table here, like we're at all events. We're working night, day, whenever. We want to be available 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days of the year. We want everyone to know our access number, 1-800-241-4949, and we will create a program. We will build it from the ground up. We don't care what it is. We have peer recovery coaches in primary care settings, federally qualified health centers. We have them in doctors' offices. We also have a medication assisted treatment program in Wayne County Jail. We are trying to address it every kind of way possible. Now, I got to tell you that we do our Narcan training. We have Narcan training that is free to the public. All they have to do is call us. We will come out there, churches, bars, libraries, law enforcement. We will come wherever.
Also, we want to know, we're doing a segment on heroin and how many people are struggling with that addiction. What does the Detroit Wayne Mental Health Authority have in place for people who are struggling with heroin?
We have 14 medication assisted treatment providers that provide Suboxone, Methadone, Buprenorphine, Vivitrol. We have them in our residential programs. We have them everywhere. So we are trying to make sure that we have everything covered. We even have a program called Babes in which they work with toddlers and they teach them about awareness, and it's an evidence-based program about opiates. Wow. So we're out in the high schools, middle schools, elementary, trying to teach our folks. That's why we have our prevention providers and our coalitions that are boots on the ground out here educating, bringing awareness about the addiction. So you name it, we have it. We have residential. We have everything you can think of. We even do acupuncture services because we know acupuncture decreases cravings. So we work with drug courts. We have a whole slew of programs. So you name it, case management. We believe that every client should have a therapist, a case manager, and a peer recovery coach. Wow. So guess what? In Wayne County, we brought it down by 8.2% decline because of all the work that we're doing. And like I said, those mobile units, they're fabulous. Coming out to all those high-risk areas and providing the services.
Ask the Messengers is on location at the 19th Annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally, and I am here with today's keynote speaker, former NFL player Randy Grimes. Randy, man, I heard your story. Listen, it's powerful. Can you tell our audience what you went through?
You know, I was a guy that was willing to do whatever I had to stay out on the field. And what that turned into, you know, I wanted to feed my family. This is how I justified it. I wanted to feed my family. I wanted to be the best center to ever play the game. I wanted to play every down of every game. So that meant I was taking handfuls of pain pills because I was not going to be that guy who was missing practice, that guy who was always on the injury report, guy that was always being worked on by the doctors, or a guy that was missing practice or games. I was not going to be that guy. And, you know, I loved football, and I justified it because I was getting it from team doctors and team trainers and teammates. And, you know, it was a necessary evil to be the best center that I could be. And I never expected to take that necessary evil into my private life, which that's when it reared its head as what it really was, and that was a full-blown addiction.
Yes, sir. So now I hear you say all the time that recovery is possible. You are living testimony that is true. Can you tell us how you got on that road to recovery?
Man, I wish I'd have done it a lot earlier, that's for sure. After a lot of pain and destruction, I finally put my ego down, I finally put my pride down, and I finally raised my hand and say, I need help. I can't do it alone. You know, even though I was losing jobs and cars and houses and relationships and everything, I just couldn't stop the insanity. I couldn't stop doing it. All I could do was get up every day and repeat the same chaos. So in September 22nd, 2009 is when I finally put my hand up and said, listen, I can't do this anymore. It's greater than me and I need help.
So now, listen, and also there is a lot of individuals who would think, hey, look, he's an NFL player, he's got it made. Why would you even want to go down that road?
Man, it can happen to anybody. And I couldn't stop it. And, you know, I've had the opportunity over the last 10 years to work with a lot of other former NFL players and Major League Baseball players and hockey, basketball players, former professional athletes, judges, pilots, housewives. You know, addiction can happen to anybody. Nobody is immune. It crosses all social and economical barriers, and it can happen to anybody. So, you know, we have to keep the conversation going. We have to keep having events like this that tears down the stigma that's associated with addiction and keeps people from putting their hand up and asking for help. We have to keep educating families.
Okay. Now, if someone wants to get in touch with you to find out more about your story, how can they do that?
Hey, you can get in touch with me. Check me out on Facebook at Randy Grimes, of course, but also Athletes in Recovery on Facebook, and also be looking for my book that's going to be coming out in November called Off Center.
Today, you travel with us to the 19th Annual Michigan Celebrate Recovery Walk and Rally here on Belle Isle in the city of Detroit. We talk with service providers who talked about the resources they have available. Also, we talk with individuals who share their real stories. And also, keynote speaker for today's event, NFL player Randy Grimes, who talked about his addiction. We want you to know that recovery is possible, and we here at Ask the Messengers believe that love is what love does, and we want to love you to life. Thanks for tuning in to Ask the Messengers. Won't you help us to do exactly what our motto is, and that is to help save lives? Won't you send a generous donation to the information there on the screen? We would love to have you as part of our partnership to help save lives.